On this episode of Street Rat Garage, we are going to sell the old Vice Grip Garage ramp truck. So a lot of you are going to remember this truck Derek bought when he went down to Cletus McFarland, I think a Cletus and Cars event down in Florida, and he bought this weird AMC thing that had mid-engine, and tried to drive it back all the way up to Tennessee, and almost got carbon monoxide poisoning from that. So instead of driving the car all the way back, he went out and found the cheapest ramp truck he could buy, and he towed the vehicle, I don't know what that was. It was an AMC or something, Rambler or something, but he towed it all the way back with this from Georgia all the way to Tennessee with this ramp truck right here that he bought. And he stopped along the way, put a shifter in it, had a good time. So he put it up for sale. I bought it. I did a few things with it. We put a radiator in it and some electric fans and some hood savers. We used it. We went to a Cletus and Cars event pulling one of our roadkill cars. So it really hasn't been used much since then. So I have like 30 cars. It's time to cut the fleet a little bit. I don't use this one, and it's a shame to have it sitting here not being used. So we're going to do the right thing and put this up for sale, and hopefully somebody will buy it that will take it to the next level. I had a lot of plans for this truck. I had some dualies that I was going to put on it, make it dual wheel. This is just a single wheel, but I had an axle I was going to put on it. I bought a whole parts truck, and I wound up selling that parts truck just recently, and I kind of lost motivation on this. I have a lot of other projects we need to get done, and we need money, not to mention that. So let's have a look around on this truck and see if we can get it started up, and I'll show you what I've done to this. Now the first thing we need to do is get it running again, and I left it sit here with the battery hooked up, which it has a slight parasitic drain on it. And when I hook this charger up, it usually shows me how much power is in the battery, and it says absolute 0. So it drained the battery completely dead, which is never good for your batteries. So I usually have this unplugged so it doesn't do that, but I forgot about it last time I used it. So I'm gonna grab the key for this and we'll give it a whirl, see if this will fire up. Okay, we have the keys here, and let's give it a whirl. Give it some pumps. Come on. Oh, there she goes. Nice. Come on. There she goes. Yeah, there we are. There you go. Give it a few revs when it's been sitting a long time on a cold start. That's always good for it. I really don't think you can hurt this engine. This is like the greatest engine ever. Okay, well, the first thing is we're not charging. It's only at 8.1. I turned the box off and it should be charging. It's not charging. It looks like we have alternator problems. Well, that's not a good way to get started. Well, let's have a look in here. There's not a whole lot of engines that'll keep running at 8.0, but this one does. Maybe it has something to do with this, or this, or any of this. Maybe this is just going straight to the battery. I didn't do that, but I wiggled it around and it didn't help any. So we're not getting any charge coming out. Maybe we might have to swap that alternator out and see what's going on. So, all right, let me see if I can find an alternator for this thing. Okay, before I go and look, I disconnected the the cable from the battery. So now this is our alternator strength. It's the same thing. So the alternator is working, it's just only putting out an 8.0 at maximum. So I'm just wondering if this will do anything if we hit it a few times. 8.6, 8.5, 8.5, 8.5, 8.4, going up and down, up, now it's going lower. Uh-oh, we're going the wrong way. Okay, we're making it worse. Definitely making it worse. Yeah, we made it worse. We better go find that alternator. It's down to 6.5 now. Okay, so I went through my pile of parts and I found this alternator right here. This is the first chrome alternator I ever bought, like in, I don't know, the 90s, like 93 or something like that. And I used it very little, but it's been sitting on a shelf for years, probably more than 20 years. So we're gonna have to see if it still works. Maybe it was only 15 years. So I got the old one off. You can't really hear anything, making a little bit of noise in there, but we'll just go ahead and swap this one on and see if it does the job. All right, the alternator's in, the jump pack is on. Let's see if it charges. Just gonna jump in here real quick and give it a spin. Oops, almost. There she goes. All right. Not charging. Huh. That's unfortunate. Let's try that again. Give it a few revs this time. Okay. Maybe we just gotta rev up a little bit. What happened? I saw it. I don't know if you were able to see it, but it hit into the 13s when I revved it up, meaning that it was running because the battery pack wasn't in that range. The battery pack's like 11. So let's shut that down. Now I think we ran it out of gas. Let's give that another try. Yeah, we're out of gas. Just sat there too long and the gasoline has evaporated out of the tank. So, or we just ran it out. Okay, let's get some gas and try it again. Okay, just back from the gas station. Put gas in it. Let's try it again. Pump, pump, pump. It's got an old Edelbrock carburetor on it. They usually do pretty good. Don't know if the fuel pump's working though. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe the fuel pump stopped working. Let's feed it a little bit of gasoline. But first, let's look right here and see if this wire right here that is the ground for the fuel pump and that is no longer connected to our ground. Wonder if that had anything to do with it. Let's just shove that back in there and we can see the fuel is moving now. So maybe we ought to give it another try. Okay, let's hit that again. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if I was out of gas or not. Probably not. I probably just put more gas in it, but no big deal. All right, let's check that alternator. All right, I'm gonna turn the power pack off. It's putting out 13, 14 volts at a low idle too. So that alternator is way better and it's still good after all these years of just sitting around. And it died again. Probably because I just sort of stuck that little wire in there and it came out again. There we go. So, got to keep the old fuel pump going. We're gonna have to fix that wire, I guess. But yeah, it worked. All right, let's move this around and maybe we can test out the winch, make sure everything still works on the back part of this. Then we'll have a look around and I'll explain how much you can buy this for. All right, let's pull this up to the front of the shop and we'll test out the winch. Make sure that is working good. Now the turning radius is not the greatest. It is a little bit on the long side, but we got it done. Okay, this winch is it's a 9,000 pound winch, so it has pretty good pulling strength. I would prefer a 12,000 pounder, but nothing wrong with a good 9,000 pound. You probably wouldn't want to drag something that a 12,000 pound winch would struggle with onto the bed of this truck. But 9,000 pounds, more than adequate to get the job done. So we're gonna test out the winch today. This is our SRT Jeep Grand Cherokee that I have been taking apart piece by piece. And now I need to drag the rear end out from underneath of it. And it is massively heavy. So let's check out the winch, see how well it'll drag this rear end out from underneath this truck. All right, now we got our winch hooked up. Sometimes we struggle with the connection, probably because it's outside all the time. Sometimes you have to touch it a little bit in order to get it going. But once it's going, it's good to go. So just gonna tighten that up a little bit and we're gonna run off of that battery up there, which hopefully is charged up enough. So let's see if we can pull this rear end out from underneath of here. All right, we are set and ready to go. Let's give it a little bit of a pull. And we ran out of battery. Or did we run out of winch? Oh, come on, winch. I think we ran out of battery. So our battery's still not charged up enough. Let's put the jump pack on it and get this out of here. Okay, let's try that again. Unfortunately, I think our battery is garbage. So as soon as I hook up the old jump pack, it comes right out. Now it's stuck on something. Hold on. So I forgot to disconnect the e-brake, so I got it pulled real tight now. So I'm gonna have to sawzall it. Break her loose. So yeah, don't forget the e-brake. All right, back to giving it a pull. There we go. That is much, much easier. As long as we don't knock our blocks out from underneath there, we'll be okay. There she goes. Just that easy. So winch works great. So that's all I needed to do is just pull that rear end out from underneath there so I can break it down, take that rear diff out. The suspension was damaged a little bit on the rear end, but the differential is good and maybe some other odd and end parts that people might want to buy. So yeah, good working winch. We just have a problem with our battery. Our battery is probably shot. So that might be one of the things that it's going to need, a new battery. But we'll put it on the battery charger and see if it comes back around later. Okay, well, now that that's all done, let's sweep this off a little bit. I have a lot of trees around here and it collects leaves like nobody's business. But we need to look at this bed, make sure everything's good on it, which it is. It's a diamond plate bed, so there's a lot of money just in diamond plate right here. Too bad it's not the shiny stuff. That would really be expensive, wouldn't it? But black diamond plate or painted diamond plate or whatever, you call it. Not bad. It's pretty solid. Let's look at it. So the bed of this truck is really solid. I don't know what used to be here and there, but maybe it was on another chassis and that's where it was bolted down or something. I don't know. Or there was some rings or tie downs there, or that's just what they used to tie something down. Don't know. But as you can see, it is really solid. The wheel chocks here, which give just about enough room to keep you from running the bumper of another car through the back glass. It would be nice to have some sort of grating or plate right in here to keep that from happening. If you have a long nose vehicle, that would be nice. So there's the 9,000 pound winch right there. That it works just fine. It's got this goofy little remote control with it. Just has it in and out, and sometimes you have to wiggle it a little bit like that to get it to go one way or the other. But I'm sure a little greasing will take care of that problem. So I'm going to wind that back up, get that out of the way, and then we'll look around some more. All right, so it also has these less than stellar ramps that pull out and sometimes fall off the back of the truck. But yeah, they just have the little hook right there that hooks them on. It's a little bit more pitchy than what I really like. Getting a low profile vehicle on it, it can be a little difficult. It really needs a longer ramp to give you less pitch, but it works okay. Or the truck needs to be put on air so it lowers down. That would be cool. But yeah, they just scoot back up in there if you find just the right position to get them in, like so. So yeah, there you go. The other one comes out the same way, and they can be a little aggressive to get in and out sometimes, but old truck, old rules. Yeah, all right, let's get this noisy thing shut down. It's a little bit noisier than it used to be, but it's been running for about 20 minutes, and it's at 190 degrees. It stays cool like all the time, and it has some engine run on apparently. Yeah. Okay, listen to her go. She did not want to stop running, did she? So, well, we got some low octane gas in there from the cheapy store. Anyway, this is the radiator that I put in. I slopped in here. It's all sorts of wrong and wired appropriately not. But yeah, it comes on with the key. It blows. It keeps it really cold. I mean, it's a good radiator, really good radiator. It's just not wired up properly. It's wired, you know, pretty much the way this whole entire truck is wired up. But at least we got our chrome alternator on there that seems to be doing a good job. And we have our fuel pump that, I don't know if Derek put that one on, but it's been on there ever since I bought the truck. And I drove it from Tennessee to Indiana, no problems. And it's been about, I don't know, a couple of years now. It's been on that truck, puttering around here. So it works pretty good. So Walmart battery, of course, 2 of 20, which is a little bit old for a Walmart battery. They last about 3 years, but so it's probably time to get a new battery in that. And like I said, it does have a parasitic draw somewhere, so we're going to unhook the positive. It's okay, like when you're going down the road and you stop for gas or something, no big deal. But man, when you let it sit overnight, yeah, it draws the battery down pretty good. I'm not going to start anymore. So of course we still have the picnic table front bumper on there, which is well, kind of in need of a chroming or shellacking, polish, some wood screws. Need some wood screws, definitely. But we're going to leave that there, and whoever buys it, they can decide what to do with it. It does come with the Vice Grip Garage hood savers, and these are the new ones. It had an original set on it a beta, I don't know, beta max hood savers on it, and then I went ahead and upgraded it to the new ones. So they work very, very well. I mean, no bending this hood, especially if you close it properly, which I'm not sure if I did that. Oh, sometimes you gotta give it a little extra, but this is the hood Derek put on it. It had a taco hood on it before, and he found this one in the back 40, put this one on. He put the old hood savers on it, and like I said, I took the old ones off, put the new ones on. So the hood's good for now, so it should last quite a while. Let's look at the rest of the truck. Now it's kind of hard to tell, but it's actually dirty, and when we clean it, it still looks dirty. So this is painted with a roller, and it has been flaking off. Any time that you wash this, a little bit more flakes off. So I really don't wash it that much. Now you can see right here, it's definitely dirty, and all that would power wash off, and it would look a little bit brighter than this dull orange that it is right now, but has not been washed in probably a year, maybe longer. So it's definitely could use it just to get the, get the old spiders out, those rims. So if you guys watch where Derek put this back together and offered it up for sale, these are the original rims. Well, not the original rims, but the first incarnation of the Cat Farm crew cab not dually truck, the quad cab truck. So these were the original rims off of it. Again, not the original rims, the first reincarnation of that truck's rims with the tires and everything. And they don't have but, maybe 2,000, 3,000 miles on them. So they were powder coated. I think he had like $800 into these rims and tires. So there's a lot of money just sitting right there. That's quite a good value. Now let's look inside. It's camper special. At least the cab was a camper special. Well, it's filthy on the inside, and the seat is a little bit ripped over there, and the carpet's messed up over there. And there's the shifter that Derek put in, stopped at like Summit. And if you saw that episode, he made this little plate for it and got it in there. Actually, I think he made he put it in there, just stuck it in there without the plate first, and then came back along later, made this plate for it, and got it all nice and solid there. So the shifter works good. The transmission works good. Has oil pressure, has good cooling. The light on top, it works sometimes. It's not working right now, but if we wiggle some wires, it will work. So yeah, there's that. So what else about this truck? I mean, it has vice grip window roller uppers, which I think this came with the truck. I don't remember putting those on, but a little TP Christmas tree, and I believe this guy works too. So I can't remember where the switch is to turn on the light, overhead light. I done forgot. I think it was plug-in. Oh, there it is. It was plug-in, and we just plug it in there, and see, it's not working. Is it working now? It's not working now. So there's that. But you can get that to work. Anyway, I would open that glove box, but I'm pretty sure something's going to jump out of there. I don't know, but everything else in this truck it's pretty solid. I have not used it much at all. I've hauled like maybe 4 or 5 cars with it. It does good. It'll haul a car, no problem. I hauled the Maverick, the Roadkill Maverick, all the way back from Tennessee, all the way back to Indiana. I drove the Maverick down there, picked up this truck, put the Maverick on the back, and drove them both all the way back in, like, some January, February, I don't know when that was, but it was cold. So the heat works on it mostly. So no AC, none of that good stuff, but the windows roll down, the vent windows open, so you're good to go there too. So I know what you're asking yourself. How much do I have to pay for this wonderful, mildly infamous vehicle? Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's gonna be $3,500. That's right, you too can own this wonderful piece of history for $3,500. So, is that a fair price? I guess. I mean, it's got the radiator, it's got the wheels and tires, it's got the hood savers. I mean, and it hauls cars, and it pretty much will drive just about anywhere you want to go. So, if you're interested in this, you can hit me up on Instagram, Street Right Garage. You can leave a comment in the comment section below, or you can, you can't call me because you don't have my phone number, but you can do one of those two things. So if you're interested in this, I will sell it to you. I have the title, it's ready to go. So that is going to wrap it up for this episode of Street Right Garage. Until next time.